It starts in silence, not the cold, sterile kind. This one breathes. A quiet lab and hallway in New Jersey, 1948. Somewhere down the corridor, a man leans over a chalkboard, scribbling something that looks like nonsense to most people. Random letters, equations, arrows. But in that scroll is the skeleton of a future nobody can imagine yet. Claude Shannon. He is 32. He's wearing a suit that hangs loose on his tall frame, and in his pocket there's yo-yo. He's not pacing like a man chasing fame. He's pacing like someone who already knows the world will eventually catch up with him. The oddball genius. Claude was the kind of man you might walk past without noticing, too quiet, too soft-spoken, the kind of quiet that unnerves people who like noise because it makes you feel like they know something you don't. He loved juggling, chess, tinkering with homemade gadgets. Once he built a mechanical mouse that could solve a maze. Another time, a machine that could play jazz on a command. He also rode a unicycle down the halls of Bell Labs just to see how people would react. But under that eccentric surface, he was dissecting something colossal. He didn't just want to improve communication, he wanted to understand what information is. Strip it down, weigh it, measure it, treat it like a physical thing. And that idea would become the foundation of for the entire digital world. The big question. The problem in the 1940s was messy. Telephone lines crackled, signals distorted, radio broadcasts bled into each other. Nobody could define exactly what was being transmitted. Words, sound waves, electricity, vibes. Claude thought differently. He asked it a sharper question. What if information could be treated like a measurable unit? To most people, this sounded ridiculous. You can measure heat, distance, voltage, but words? Thoughts? He sat at his desk in a Bell Labs with a cigarette hanging from his lips, sketching block diagrams on a scratch paper. He drew boxes for so-called transmitter and receiver. He added channel, noise, and something new, a mathematical structure for messages themselves. And then, like a magician slipping the final card into place, he defined it, the bit, the basic unit of information. No poetry, not emotion, sorry, just pure structure. One bit, yes or no, on or off, one or zero. That simple, that brutal. The paper. The world changed with a single paper, the mathematical theory of communication. 55 pages, no big press conference, no TV interviews, just a publication on a technical journal. But it was like a quietly detonating a nuclear bomb of ideas. Shannon's math proved that any message, a phone call, a photograph, a speech, a song, anything could be reduced to bits sent through a channel and reconstructed on the other end with a perfect accuracy as long as the channel had enough capacity. Think about that. A kid calling his grandmother across the ocean, a computer transferring a file, a spacecraft beaming images from Mars. All of it works because one man scribbled some math in 1948. He also introduced something else, information entropy, a way to measure uncertainty. In simple terms, the messiah, the message, the more bits you need to describe it. That one idea became the backbone of data compression, encryption, storage, machine learning, AI, all of it. The chessboard and the world. Claude didn't want to rule the world, he wanted to play with it. He once said, I just wondered how things worked. I didn't care if anyone noticed it. And that's exactly what he did. He turned communication into a chessboard. Every binary move, 0 or 1, was like a pawn creeping forward, strategically positioning the world for a future it didn't see coming yet. When everyone else was still obsessing over hardware, wires, switches, tubes, he saw something invisible, information itself. He understood it's not about what carries the message, it's about the message's structure. That mental shift is the difference between shouting across a valley and streaming an HD movie across continents. The magician who vanished. He's the he's the strangest part. Cloud could have been a celebrity. He could have stood on podiums, collected medals, he had universities named after him, but he didn't care. He disappeared from the spotlight almost as quietly as he entered it after the paper, while the rest of the world scrambled to build a digital age on top of his equations. Shannon went back to tinkering with gadgets in his basement. He built a so-called mind-reading machine that would beat you at simple games. He designed juggling robots. He spent hours riding his unicycle just because. And when people tried to glorify him, he shrugged. He had no interest in being a prophet. He liked puzzles more than applause. The echo of a bit. Here's the thing, when you pick up your phone to call someone, scroll through social media, stream music, check your email, or use AI, you're standing on Cloud's shoulders. Every single bit that files through fiber optic cables, satellites, Wi Fi routers, processors, they all speak the language he invented. It is not loud, you won't hear it, but it's here, a silent heartbeat underneath modern civilization. A heartbeat built by a man on a unicycle with a chalk stained fingers. The quiet power of a single mind. Cloud's story is a dangerous reminder, not dangerous in a violent way, but in the way that truth shakes your illusions. We train to think history belongs to the loud, to the faces on posters, to the charismatic ones with the microphones. But sometimes the most powerful revolutions drafted in quiet rooms by people who don't care if anyone knows their name. That's the quiet genius. No slogans, no anthem, just an equation that rewires the world. The final image. Picture him one last time. Claude Shannon, alone in his lab at Bell Labs, a chalkboard full of equations behind him, a yo-yo spinning in one hand. He's not trying to impress anyone, he's solving a puzzle. And that puzzle, measured in bits, becomes the language every machine, every network, every digital system now speaks. The hum of your Wi-Fi router tonight, that's cloud. The next that reaches your friend on the other side of the planet, cloud. The stream you will watch before you sleep, cloud. No applause, no noise, just quiet genius. And thank you for listening. If this was interesting to listen, let me know. Send in comments your opinion, smash the like button, subscribe button. See you next time.